Hello everyone, it's time for the annual MythyMoo Game Awards 2024. Instead of just doing a top 10 list this year, we're doing a top 10 list with a few new categories. They're gonna be completely original, no one's ever done this. If you care, here are all the nominees, you can make your own little list. I'd love to know what you've played this year, and it doesn't even have to have come out this year, just anything. Also, did you know that today is the last day you can get the MythyMoo merch 15% off? Every single design, just use the code SUIT15 at checkout. But now enough chit chat, it's time to get into this. So strap yourselves in, grab yourself a little snack, some water, and without further ado, let's begin. We are of course starting out on number 10, and number 10 goes to Yari Mono. I'm not kidding. And it's a questionable type of game, but I played it for the story, the plot, the characters, and unironically really enjoyed it. It was a good short little series there. Obviously a Pokemon clone, a little bit dumbed down, but it's so fun to just see new monsters. But the game shines the most in the story. It didn't have to be that well written. Had some nice tracks, had some nice art. I think I maybe saw 20% of the art because the other 80% is something else. Moving on to number 9 though, we have Hades 2. Now this is a bit of a weird one because obviously we haven't played the full game, so it's hard to list it, but I really enjoyed it. Much like the first one, it's just a fun game. The thing I will say about Hades is that I get a little bit bored of it after a few runs because they all feel very much the same. You can change weapon types and stuff, but there are only a certain amount of builds you can really go. But what pulls Hades 1 and 2 up so much is the art style is actually insane. The combat feels so smooth, so nice. Lore, character, story, all of it is like top tier in roguelike. I don't think there's any game like it when it comes to that high quality of that aspect. And I see why it's a lot of people's favorite kind of games. Also, go play Transistor. Very good game from them too. And I'm just excited for more updates, more content. And what I really want to see is just a little bit variation in bosses. Now, before we move on to number 8, we're gonna see the best ongoing games of the year. First up, we have Slay the Spire. A game I still pick up at least once a week. Put a couple hours in, just chilling, Ascension 20 on some characters. Sometimes I even just make a new account and just play all the characters and unlock everything again because I just enjoy this game so much. It's so chill, so simple, yet so complex at the same time. Definitely put a couple hundred hours into it this year, I think. And yeah, highly recommend if you haven't played. The second one is Eternal Return, which was also on the previous year's list and the year before because I still play this game and I love this game. Basically, League of Legends BR, 3-team based, and it's just so many fun combos, so many characters I just enjoy, and it's still my go-to game to play with my friends. Go check it out if you play EU, especially. Moving up to number 8. On number 8, I have put Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. We played this at the very beginning of the year, and I was pleasantly surprised by the quality of this game. I think this is a very good starter Metroidvania. It's got nice accessibility, some cool new features for the genre, and just a very high quality solid game with some very fun combat, fun bosses, nice areas. It looks very beautiful, nice music. It's got it all, man. If you like Metroidvanias, I definitely recommend it, especially if you can get it on discount or something. It's a great game to sink some hours into, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Number 7. On number 7, I have put Pokemon Infinite Fusion. I mean, this game has some of the most replayability for a Pokemon game because it has like 500,000 different Pokemon fusions and shit. It's so insane and I love it. Definitely gotta return to this one at some point, play some more of that, do some randomizer runs or Ironman or something. Like, I feel like it could be a good time. It's also just great that it's not just Pokemon Gen 1, but with a lot of Pokemon. It's actually got its own story. So many trainers, so many modifiers, tons of new areas, quests. It's just such a full fun experience with so many contributions from the community, and I love that it's all come together and become something like this. Highly recommend this, and it's free. Hold on a second, is that the best multiplayer game of the year award? On this one I have put Marvel Rivals. I wanted to mention it at least, and I think it deserves this one because I enjoy this game so much. I mean, it's third-person Overwatch with superheroes. I'm not really a superhero guy, but like, it's fun. And it's just a great game to play with the boys right now when we are all together. Playing, having a good time, talking, you know, it's kind of what Smite was back in the day, and I'm probably going to be playing more tonight, so yeah. Number 6. Everything above here was like nice and good, but top 6 was like crazy good. It's like it takes such a big leap in my opinion. So on my number 6, I have put Mouthwashing. A lot of these could have been a toss-up, man. This game is immaculate. And the fact that it's a horror game on this list here is crazy to me. Only other horror games that's been on these lists, I think, has been Dead Space. And I think Mouthwashing is now top 3, if not top 2 best horror games I've ever played. Dead Space 2 being number 1. But yeah, Mouthwashing has so many lovable characters, so many cool experimental indie game things. The pacing, the story storytelling, the ambience, the lore, just everything. Enjoyable all the way through, just figuring out what's going on, learning more about the characters as you go, learning more if you go and replay it or rewatch it because you might have missed things. The science go nutty, like just everything about it is just so fucking good. Highly recommend playing Mouthwashing. I'm not gonna spoil anything obviously, so if you haven't played it, go play it or watch someone play it like MythyMoo on youtube.com/MythyMoo. Moving on to number 5. On number 5, I have put Stellar Blade. When I first finished Stellar Blade, I expected this to be top 3, but once again, we just played so many good games this year that I almost couldn't. I could have, but I didn't. Stellar Blade is an experience. It's like Nier Automata Souls-like. It almost feels criminal that it's not like top 3 though. Like right now I'm sitting there like maybe I should have moved it, but then I look at the other ones and I'm like, okay, it makes sense, but like holy fuck, Stellar Blade is good. I enjoyed this game so much. The animations, the combat, the hack and slash element into a Souls-like, very nice. But man, oh man, the music, holy fuck, it makes me just bust. But that's not even all, dude. The story, the lore, the designs of the monsters and everything is like, it's actually so good. Probably one of my favorite of the entire year. The highlight of the game for me at least was the boss fights. I'm already starting to like kind of forget about most of the in-between stuff. But it was nice. I do like some post-apocalyptic type shit. Environments are nice looking. Everything is very good looking. Feels good, sounds good and everything. But man, the later bosses are just incredible. I really enjoy this game. Might go back to it one day or when it's on PC. Intermission. Hold on. Best Story Award. And the best story award goes to Mouthwashing. Do I even gotta say anything? No, I don't. In fact, I'm not gonna say shit, because if I do, I'm gonna spoil everything. Just know that the storytelling is immaculate, characters are great, lots of lessons to be learned and avoid, and it deserves to win the best story. On top of that, the best music award. And the best music award goes to Stellar Blade. I mean, of course, this is the best OST of the year for me. I like, no joke, this OST is so fucking good. It doesn't just have a few like, oh, this boss track goes fucking mental, guys. This has like every single area has a fucking chill banger. Boss fights going crazy style. Ambience music just is so, like, I still use it in some videos. And I'm gonna be doing that for a long time. This is like in the Lily's level of OST for me. If you're not gonna play it, just go at least listen to the music. Moving on to number 4. On number 4, I have put Dragon's Dogma 2. This is a game that I think could have been like number 1, almost undefeated had it been more. If this had the variety of like Elden Ring in terms of just so many different bosses and more area to explore and more reward for doing so, maybe even a added co-op, this could have been an all-timer. From the moment you jump in and fight like giant cyclops, to getting randomly ambushed by a griffin while riding a wagon, to climbing dragons and stabbing their little skulls, with the music just going fucking ape shit. It's the closest I've gotten to Shadow of the Colossus in a game, and I want more of it. Okay, I need more of these things. Exploration was actually fun. I love the fact that you have to unlock some of the classes. I love the fact that they don't give a shit about balancing really. It's just like some things are just OP as fuck. The pawn system grew on me so much. In the beginning I was like, I don't want this random guy, and then by the end of it I was crying for my boy. Story was alright, but what makes the story feel better is the fact that you create that story. It has that kind of freedom like you feel in maybe Baldur's Gate 3, Kenshi, those kind of things. It's just like so much random shit is gonna happen, and it feels like you actually have an impact. Some of these tracks go mental and I love them. I still listen to them very often, and I really hope to see more games like it. There's so much to say about Dragon's Dogma 2, which is why I said that this could have been like an all-timer. If everything combined became like a perfect product, this could have had like the most variety and things, but some of it becomes a little bit arbitrary, like it needs some quality of life kind of things, but also that might take away from the immersion, and it's hard to do, but there are just too many things that kind of fall flat, as well as I said, lack of variety in monsters, which for me I thought was going to be the main thing, you know, but a lot of it did feel the same, and a lot of it probably got carried by just being fucking awesome and good music. Now, moving on to the top 3. I'm not even going to have an intermission here, we're just going to go straight to it. Balatro, sneaking in for me at the end of the year. I'd seen this from the very second it was released. I might have even been sent a key or something, but I'll just brush it off as like, oh, it's just a little poker game there. I'm not really interested in poker, so why would I play this? Which is literally the opposite of why so many people got into it. So it's nice that we can all just meet and just enjoy this fucking masterpiece of a roguelike deck builder. I'm putting this here because I'm still putting in like 2 to 5 hours a day just playing this game. I literally bought it on my phone too now, so if I'm gone, I can play it. It's so simple to play, but it's also at the same time so complex. It's very Slay the Spire in that sense. And if I had to put them head to head, it's hard for me to say because I'll need some more time with Balatro, see how much longevity it actually has. You know, after 10 hours, I already did all the challenges, and I'm kind of building towards just doing the decks and stuff, just enjoying the game. But man, I'm just having so much fun with this still. Like, in fact, I want to play it right now. I think it's a great roguelike deck builder to get into for the first time if you've never played those, and it's also great for people who have. It deserves all the love it's been getting, and on top of that, it's got a very nice OST, and somehow it's made by one person, so I don't know how that works. But yeah, if you haven't played it, be careful. Maybe don't play it, actually. I was gonna say play it, but then, like, if you do, you might lose out on, like, other other things in life, but it's your choice, of course. Intermission. Best DLC of the year. Can you guess it? Smite 2. Exactly. This game is incredible. It's got all the characters, except it only has 10% of them, but it looks HD, except it kind of doesn't a lot of the time. Best DLC is, of course, Shadow of the Erdtree. This was the only way I was gonna actually get this game in here, or honorable mentions. I didn't want to put it on the main list because I'm not a psychopath, but man, Shadow of the Erdtree, it's like, it's the best DLC I've ever played. The old hunters from Bloodborne and Ringed City and shit from Dark Souls 3, I don't think they come close because they just don't have that insane amounts of quality content, right? The old hunters, Lady Maria and Orphan Cause, took me less than half an hour from one to the next. I think I did the entire DLC of Bloodborne in an hour or whatever, an hour and a half. Obviously Ludwig too. Like those three were like the highlights and I really enjoyed it, but like Shadow of the Erdtree just has that times 10 with bosses that I actually like more. Renala, Mesmer, Contra Radahn, if you can believe it. Bale the Dread, they have the best dragon fight now. With new tracks added, it's just everything about it is the best, and when I saw Night Rain, I came in my pants and I'm so excited for that. Could it be the best roguelike of all time for me? I don't know, we'll see. But let's move on to the best character award, and this one is shared by two characters from the same game. It is Yi and Xuan from Nine Souls, the dynamic duo, man. These are the boys. Congratulations, you two, you deserved it. Moving on to number 2, Nine Souls, the sleeper hit of the fucking decade right here. I'm sorry. If you haven't played this game, what are you doing, man? This wasn't even nominated for like independent game or anything at the Game Awards, which is criminal in my opinion. This game is so fucking good. Hollow Knight level good, I'm telling you right now. Story, lore, characters, it's got it all. On top of the amazing Sekiro Hollow Knight combined style of combat. Undoubtedly had the best boss fight of the year for me. Maybe a top 5 boss fight of all time for me. It's the true ending final boss of the game, but that's not all. It's got so many good areas, so much variety. Game, of course, feeling better and better the more you unlock. The satisfaction of the parries, the talisman system, all of it is just so fucking badass. And then also with the art style being so immaculate and the music too, like it's got literally every single thing. It could be one of the best Metroidvanias of all time, not gonna lie. I mean, for me, it's at least top 3. It's so incredible. Deserves so many more players. I'm glad I funded this game too. On Kickstarter there, I wish I'd funded more. This game was also one of the only ones, if not the only one, that made me cry this year in a video, I think. As I said, man, it's got it all. Go check it out if you haven't, or watch my series on it. It's worth it, and it deserves the spot on number 2. Now, before we get to number 1, of course, we've got the honorable mentions. First up is Death in Unison. A short little co-op horror game, kind of like FNAF, Phasmophobia type of shit, but you gotta be really good at communicating with your friend over there. Surprisingly fun lore and story, which is what really dragged me in more than just being another one of those type of games. Secrets to be found, little secret level and stuff, different endings. Very, very fun game. Highly recommend to play with a friend. Barbady. It's a weird one, but it's memorable to me. It was actually such a fun experience. I think I played the game a total of 2 hours, completed it twice or 3 times or 4 times, I don't know. It's just a fun, weird exploration collectathon game, but it has such a unique feeling to it, and I just really enjoyed it. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Biggest reason why this isn't on the list itself is probably because I didn't play it that much. I only played against my little brother a few times, and I did a few of those story missions for videos, and I really enjoyed it, so that's why it's here. Sheepy, a short adventure. Very fun, free to play, so if you haven't played it, play it. Platforming game with very cute and nice art, smooth controls, and banging music. It's just a nice little experience, and since it's free, you know, why not play it? But now we're moving on to number 1, and it is, of course, Black Myth Wukong. All the controversy shit aside, this game is actually a fucking slapper. I've been looking forward to this game for so many years. It was one of those games you look at and it's just too good to be true, then it comes out and it's better than that. The amount of bosses is like unironically as good as From Software. It is insane the amount of variety in the bosses and monsters. The lore of the Journey to the West, of course, is sick, and I love the spin on it. I like the characters a lot. The voice acting was actually great. Music top tier, of course. I love that there's a whole animated short film after every single act. Of course, secret endings, quests to do, gear to unlock, and you're playing as a fucking monkey. Yeah, what more do you need? You probably fought like 60 unique bosses in this game. The exploration and world was more like Dark Souls than Elden Ring, which I don't mind at all, and there was still so many optional things to do. In fact, like Elden Ring and stuff, probably only like 20% of the game is mandatory, or 10% maybe. This was one of those games where I would wake up every single morning to record this game and be fucking hyped for it. I probably played twice the amount of time I usually play for videos because I was just having such a good time, and I really want to see what they do next, because how can they even top this? This was so high quality that I still can't believe that it's real. Also, Unreal Engine 5 graphics were crazy and ran surprisingly well for me. It also wasn't very hard. I think we beat the final boss on first try. True, any boss did take a couple more tries there, but not too many, because you have so many things you can use, like clones, freezing the guys, doing this and that. But of course, same can be said about Elden Ring. I don't do summons and that, but if I did, it'd probably be a lot easier. All about choice, but man, oh man, Black Myth Wukong, it was one of those once-in-a-decade experiences, it feels like. And if we can get more of these insane AAA quality feeling products that aren't like Ubisoft AAA, I will be a very happy little guy. And there we have it, the top 10 list of 2024. It doesn't even feel like it's New Year's tomorrow, but it is. So happy New Year's if you're watching this afterwards or just a little bit before. I've had another great year on YouTube. I'm excited for the next year. So many good games coming out, so many videos to be made. And thank you for sticking with me, whether you're old or new. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. As I said in the beginning, leave your game of the year or list in the comments. I'd love to see it. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Check me out on Twitter, second channel, stream, merch links are in the description. Of course, subscribe if you're new around here. And as always, my name is Myth, and thanks for watching.